A brief introduction to male inferiority written by Sumudu Guruj. Considering the ability to give birth as a miracle and worshipping the idea of the sacred feminine, early biological man, living in a matriarchal society had a lesser social value than the biological female. Apart from his physical prowess, he had a lesser position than the female in all other societal activities. Even the biological phenomenon of menstruation that was unique to the female was a matter of reverence. The male was a second-class tribal citizen. Further, his only unconscious aspiration was his ability to claim a woman as his own, and through that, generated the chemical oxytocin that during his childhood created the limbic imprint of care and protection of the mother or primary caregiver, and in later life, was replaced by sexual arousal. At the time, obtaining a woman for individual ownership was not present in even the remotest senses of the societal conscience, and the selection of male assistants was purely on the whim and fancy of the female. Frequently, a female would cohabit with a number of men, and the evolutionary ability of the female to have multiple orgasms was of assistance to her in that respect. While acquiring exclusive ownership of a woman or attempting to recapture the love and protection of the primary caregiver was the unconscious and emotional aspiration of the male, this second-class citizen suffered under a collective inferiority with respect to his biological masculinity or sexuality. Further, the female possessed multitasking capabilities and greater resilience to mental tension, and in comparison, the male's inferiority stems from his lesser station in society. As many mammals try psychedelics and become addicted to them, ancient man too experiment with their use, and through them, there was a greater generation of oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine, leading to an awakening of the ability to conceptualize and the need to ask such questions as what, why, how, within his brain that resulted in the development of language. He began to see this ability to conceptualize as godly. Bacchus, the god of wine of the Greeks, and Soma, the god of the Soma drink alluded to in the Rig Veda, were created and later became the seeds of thinking systems of both the West and the East. Additionally, language is the foundation of culture, and even now, for various religious rituals and healings, psychedelics such as marijuana, peyote, ayahuasca, and LSD are used. The day ancient biological man understood the mystery of the sex act and pregnancy, or, the day that he understood the male contribution to female pregnancy, he understood the link between a child born to a woman and himself. He is encouraged to seek out a solution to this mystery due to his aforementioned male inferiority complex, and the first construct of this complex was the coining of the hitherto unidentified word, father. So, the miracle of birth, which was exclusive to women, was acquired by the male, his genitalia, and his sperm, and created the objects of worship of the biological man. Capturing the child born to a woman and thereby acquiring lordship over the child and its mother, the family started to get constructed. Viewing this through the political lens, it is seen that the acquisition of a single woman by a single man was the start of private ownership or capitalism in history. The male inferiority complex developed all the way to its contrapositive, or the male superiority complex. Replacing the worship of the sacred feminine, the male sexual organ was revered instead, while it started to become a symbol of power. In short, in line with the aforementioned male superiority complex, the omniscient Godhead Yahweh was created about 4,000 years ago. While such entities as the Babylonian goddess of the hunt and war were vilified, through such stories as Gilgamesh, through hitherto unknown language such as prostitute, in the stories of the gods, the goddesses became bound to and associated with more powerful male consorts. In order to propagate this male superiority complex through the generations, language started to get written down by them, while religion, ideology, law, education, art, politics, and economics were all created to enhance the male. The heroic tale of Gilgamesh was the first example of this from the ancient world, and it is also the oldest evidence of writing. In short, history was started by the male in order to protect himself. The couple family and the male superiority complex or male chauvinism that grew out of it gradually spread across the world. The territory of an individual man or his couple family territory started to extend to tribal territory. The strongest and most capable hunter of a tribe became its leader, and he engaged in war with other tribes to capture women and children, and thereby creating the idea of a superior tribe extending to regional fiefdoms and large empires all the way to the governance systems that we are currently living with across the world. The various crises and social ills besetting the world, such as warfare, capitalism, overproduction, overconsumption, global environmental destruction, and even the creation of artificial intelligence, etc., can be traced back to this male inferiority as its root cause. Apart from all of this, the dress of the Dani tribal men of Papua New Guinea is a foot-long phallic-shaped gourd symbolizing a long, strong penis and power.